Hello? No. $150 is way too much for that sort of thing. Oh, what? Oh, that includes you wearing a costume. Oh, okay. I thought it was just for the normal package. So yes. We'll see you on Saturday then. I'll talk to you later. Oh, what? Oh, yes. Me and Ed will be bringing the rubber hose and the duct tape. Alright, so everything's set, and it's $150, right? That includes everything? Okay, we'll see you Saturday then. Alright, bye. Sorry about that, Internet. So I was just making arrangements for this weekend. This is Aunt Gladys on the FafAngryProphet channel. And I've been digging through my son Pete's old box of old Windows 95 and DOS games he left behind when he ran away from me and Ed and his obligations to the Society of the Three-Horned Skunk. And I don't think I was supposed to tell you all about that, but I'll just have to edit that out later. Anyway, I'm playing this here game called Monster Bash. Reminds me of that song, do the mash, do the monster mash, that old song. Now I've got it stuck in my head. I apologize for that. Now anyway, you play as this little kid and you shoot slingshots at monsters. So how can you go wrong with this? Begin game? Want it... I don't know, I guess we want it on... Let's go on hard. I'm feeling saucy tonight. Find all the dogs and cats. Okay, that shouldn't be a problem. They seem to come to my doorstep like nothing. Cats do anyway. I mean, I tell you, if you ever want a cheap dinner, you just wait at your house and a cat will show up. Why did I just tell you all that? Okay, let's... Do not feed the zombies. Right, what can I do? I got to get that dog and that kitty out of there. Go and shoot. Oh, there's one. Now come back here. I'm getting hungry. Alright. There you go. How? Did that dog just go flying? These zombies reaching up to grab me and they spear points. This game's really bloody. That means it's ought to be fun. Its eyeballs popped out like one of them things you hang on your door and howl at trick-or-treat time for trick-or-treaters to find. You get your hand back in the grave, you filthy zombie. Anyway, I gotta apologize if I say anything inappropriate this week. I had a very long week, and already it's only Thursday. Especially on the Wednesday night Bible study this week, I was real upset after that because I went out and I needed a new Bible, so I went out and got me a brand new leather-bound New International Version Bible, and I got it for free from the Christian bookstore. All you got to do, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever at the Christian bookstore and you want something free, all you got to do is show the cashier your boobies. The men are just out of luck there. I'm sorry, men. This is for us women. Anyway, I showed him my boobies. I got this brand new international version completely free. Anyway, I bring it into the Wednesday night Bible study, and Edith Marie, old Edith, always meddling in everybody's business, tells me that I am going to hell for not reading the King James Version of the Bible, because apparently the New International Version, all the other versions were inspired by Satan. Now, I refuse to believe that the Klingon Bible was not divinely inspired. The Klingons need Jesus too, I can tell you that. Well, anyway, Edith this is the same person who a few years ago tried to get me kicked out of the church when I'm dead now. Anyway, she tried to get me kicked out of the church. When I showed up to the ice cream social a few years ago, I was wearing my Slayer Rain in Blood t-shirt from 1987 when I saw him on tour. She told me I was going to hell for that too. So I was sick of it, as you can imagine, on Wednesday night, and I told her, Edith, I'll see you there because you're going to hell for being a judgmental bitch. Right there in front of the pastor and everybody. And he told me I shouldn't say them sort of things in church, but he was giving me the little wink after that. And, ooh, there's a dog and a cat with a zombie. And some speed points. Alright, let's... Oh, dear Lord. Zombies is gonna beat death of me. Well, anyway, Pastor gave me this little wink, which I interpreted to mean meet me in the refectory after church, but it found out it didn't mean that at all. He's a brand new pastor we got. He's a young boy, just got out of seminary school. And when he showed up to preach his first guest sermon, I took him aside and I said, now listen, if you gonna preach here, there's some things you ought to know. We do not want to hear about tithing, about no game over, good Lord. Anyway, I took him aside and I told him there's some things we do not want to hear about in this church. I said, we do not want to hear about gluttony, we don't want to hear about drinking, we don't want to hear about tithing, we do not want to hear about pornography, we don't want to hear about listening to the heavy metal music, and please, for the love of God, leave the homosexuals alone. Oh, anyway, he's been a good preacher, though. Some of them we had have been flat right awful. We had one who went up and he talked about hell. He was a guest preacher one day, old boy from Alabama. He started talking about hell. Now that's fine and dandy, but he didn't say anything about how to avoid going to hell. Now he stood up there for an hour and a half, ladies and gentlemen, and he rambled on about hell, this, hell that, y'all going to hell because you going to hell because God hates you because you going to hell. Then at the end of it, he took off his jacket, swung it around over his head, threw it into the crowd, and fell over on his face, foaming at the mouth and babbling on about something. They said, oh Lord, he's speaking in tongues. I said, he ain't speaking in tongues, he's just having a seizure. So anyway, I'm glad he ain't been back, even though he did seem to have liked him pretty good. Well, anyway, I brought it up after the church summons, and they said, well, do you know what hell is like? And I said, yes, I do, because I have seen them Christian rock bands. I have seen so many Christian rock bands getting dragged with so many church groups that I have gone out of my mind. Have you ever heard a Christian rock group? Lord, I tell you, the blood of Jesus will cover all sin, but it does not cover a lack of musical talent. We saw this one band, I kid you not, there was 3 of them. There was 2 guitar players. One of the guitar players sang. He more or less just talked into the microphone. He kind of was one of these singers who sings like this, that can't sing, so they try to cover it up by sounding all emotional and whispering. I had 2 guitar players on stage, and none of them they only hit 2 chords. There was 1 chord per guitar player, and the drummer was even worse. He didn't actually have any drums. He had a cymbal and he had a kick drum. He didn't even have any drumsticks. He just had one of them metal things that you hit the cymbals with to produce that certain sound anyway. It was just awful. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, that was awful. That was awful. People give me hell about listening to Slave. I mean, I tell you, the best bands are the ones who are affiliated with Satan, I tell you. I mean, I listened to Slayer. When I saw them in 1987, they've got 2 guitar players, and they can hit about 8 bajillion chords between them. They have a drummer who just goes non-stop and brrrr, and then they've got this singer who also plays bass, and he can keep up with guitar players playing on the bass while he's hollering at the top of his lungs in the microphone things like, rain and blood! Like that. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, that is a band. Why can't the body of Christ have some bands like that, I tell you? Why do we have to have all the crappy ones? Well, anyway, let's get back to the game. This thing's throwing knives at me. There's some spear tips right here that I gotta dodge. I think I've got a couple more lives left. Man, these zombies move awful fast for zombies. And then there's the thing from the Addams family crawling around on the ground on top of everything. And on top of everything, you gotta shoot the zombie's head so the head doesn't come back and kill you. Alright. Shooting more Halloween decorations. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's January, and this is the time of year we would always go on vacation, take the kids to Florida, or never leave a pet behind. Amen, ain't that the truth? Especially when you're feeling hungry. Them cats and dogs do you good when you're feeling hungry. Well, anyway, we always took the kids on vacation. We take them out of school. Oh, good Lord, not another knife-throwing hand. But anyway, we'd always take the kids on vacation to Myrtle Beach, Florida, or something like that. And we'd go out on the beach real early in the morning. And we had this game. See, it was real fun. We would bury the kids up to their necks in the sand. And then me and my husband Earl would wait for the tide to come in. It was so much fun. Sometimes we'd leave them out there all night while we went and hit the balls. Tell you, you don't need a babysitter when you got a big old beach, I can tell you that. Big old beach and some tide that's coming in. Works wonders for you. Alright. Well, I gotta say, for a kid, or a game where you play as a kid in his pajamas, this, well, I guess, you know what? I guess he's Dennis the Menace after hours. He's in his pajamas and he's shooting a slingshot, and he's blonde-headed. Well, anyway, I'm kind of having fun with this, I got to admit. Tell you, Brian's on to something about them there video games. But I tell you, nothing is ever going to rival the Goat Simulator. If you play that game, Lord, it is nothing like you'd expect. Why won't you shoot Dennis the Menace? There you go. Shoot that spear so I don't knock into it. Alrighty. Jump up here. Get hurt by a spear I forgot to shoot. That's on you, Dennis. That ain't on me. Here, have a heart. I guess he eats the hearts, and that makes... I guess he eats the hearts of a young child or something, and that gives him the restored life energy. And now he's knocked out. Good one, Dennis. Good one. You're making me proud of you, Dennis. Surprised you ain't one of my own kids. They've all disappointed me, I tell you that. Especially when my youngest son, Bill, he became a woman named Wilhelmina. Just like my middle daughter that I was talking about last week. Both of them, he decided he wanted to be Wilhelmina. She didn't. He told her, you can't be Wilhelmina because I'm Wilhelmina. Anyway, we sort of patched things up between them. We just call her Wilhelmina the First and call him Wilhelmina the Transsexual. That seems to ease the confusion there. Other than that, well, also there's the fact that he has a pronounced neck beard. That makes it easy to tell the difference between them, I can tell you that. Well, tell you, this game's a little bit creepy, I gotta say. There's a lot of blood in this for a Dennis the Menace game. Why can't you jump up there, Dennis? Just going to disappoint me again. You got to be one of my kids. Oh, daggone it, Dennis. Why can't you jump up there? Come on, jump. There you go, Dennis, and run right into the spear point. There you go. I'm sorry, that was my fault. I was leading you astray on that one. Well, anyway, this here game is a little bit scary. Ooh, that was nice. Dodge the knives. You get knives thrown at you. You get zombies coming at you. You get severed hands coming at you. And all sorts of things. Anyway, I rescued another kitty. Here we go. But anyway, this is sort of scary. But I tell you, you know what scares me? You know what really scares me? You ever been stared at by a cow before? That flat gives me the heebie-jeebies. I mean, the other day I went for a walk. And I walked by this field, had a whole bunch of cows in it. And every cow as I walked past ran right up to the fence and just started staring right at me, staring me right in the eyes. They was just staring at me, judging me, like they knew everything about me, like they could see into me. They could see everything I'd ever did. They knew who I was. They knew everything about me, just staring right into me like that. I think they even knew about the credenza. Oh no, the credenza. Oh Lord, I gotta go. Ed, they know about the credenza.